Welcome to Rebel Rankings. This is the third week of this. I'm kind of having fun doing this. I'm your host, Stephen Willis. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful, beautiful day here in Central Florida from the Palatial Central Florida studios. Thank you very much. Today, we are going to rank the top 5 uniforms in Ole Miss football history. This is going to be completely subjective. If you have any changes on it, put them down there in the links below, comments. Tell me what your top rankings are, what your preference is, because it's a guilty pleasure that everybody wants to talk about uniforms, and it's going to be all about uniforms. So, without further ado, top 5 uniforms in Ole Miss football history. Number 5, powder blue jerseys, the white pants and the robin's egg helmet. Everything that you can see. We wore it 3 or 4 times last year. It looks really good, and I am just really intrigued. And the reason it makes this list are the possibilities that could come from wearing this uniform. There's a Houston Oilers look in our future. I'm just patiently waiting on the white helmet, powder jersey, and white pants. That will be the standard setter and something that I imagine that we will start wearing fairly regularly once it happens. I like the powder blue helmet with the powder blue jersey and the white pants. It looks really good. It's fun. I also want to see a all powder look, just completely monochromatic. Now, my wife is not a fan of monochromatic looks. She has a problem with monochromatic looks and what'll come of that, but that's something that could be interesting, seeing powder head to toe. So I'm looking forward to that. Looks really good though, the powder blue helmet and the powder blue jersey, and it comes in at number 5 on our list. Number 4, monochromatic navy blue. This goes back to the Hugh Freeze era. It was worn several times during that, but the navy blue pants, navy blue jersey, and navy blue helmet. Just a fine look. There's some people that had problems with the fact that Rebels was written on the side, but that can be fixed with a stripe. The look itself was pretty fantastic and something, honestly, that we needed to do for quite some time. It helps us distinguish ourselves against the red teams in the conference. That'd be like A&M, Mississippi State, Alabama, Georgia, Arkansas. Nearly half the conference is some semblance of red. South Carolina even uses the garnet, which is a little bit of red. It definitely helps us stand out there. Now we have the powder, so it can go back and forth. I see a very blue future when it comes to Ole Miss football, by the way. And it's just a good look. I would probably update the pants a little bit and just don't do any writing along the side of it. Maybe do a white stripe. Maybe do like a matching stripe to the gray pants. And this one would be red and white down the side. It's a good look. And something that probably needs to come back one form or another. I think odds are at this point it will be all powder, but all navy could be an option as well. So number 4, all navy monochromatic. Number 3, all white white uniforms, white pants, powder blue helmet. Such a really good look that Ole Miss, pretty consistently breaks out on the road these days. We wore it in the Outback Bowl. It just appears that, especially in the road games, the gray pants are going to take a sideline seat. And we're going to go with the all white pretty consistently, just bam bam colored helmet. And then we've also worn the navy blue helmet. It also looks pretty good, but I just like the way it looks with the powder blue helmet. I think the first time I noticed it was last year versus Missouri. And it's just a really, really strong look for a team that was just, even though we invented different jerseys, we invented the jersey game, the red jersey and the blue jersey. What we see now, we basically invented that. We don't want to take credit for that because we want tradition, we want whatever. But we basically invented that. But for that, once everything started happening, we didn't really have a good road look. I mean, we tried back in the day with the gray pants and the white jersey. We've even tried white jerseys with navy numerals, which probably with the navy helmet, navy jersey, white pants, that would look good, and then do the red with the powder helmet. That's what I'm thinking about that. But number 3 would be the all whites with a powder blue helmet. Number 2, I would call them the OGs, but it was the OGs back to the Billy Brewer era. Powder blue helmet, red jersey, gray pants. Just a great look. It's a classic look. And whenever you have the color jerseys, those 3 colors, they bounce off of each other pretty well. I don't know how I feel about the navy stripe with the powder helmet, but it looks really good and it really pops on television. It's what I grew up with, full disclosure. All the way through the Billy Brewer years. Those were really, the Immaculate Deflection was my second game. My first game was Steve Sloan's last game. We used to always go to the Egg Bowl in Jackson. So that powder blue helmet became iconic to me, to Ole Miss sports, because I fit that, decade where that was used pretty consistently. And then once I hit, 17 or 18 years old, Tuberville got hired. We went to the navy blue helmet, and everything changed at that point. But the powder blue helmet, red jersey, and gray pants is just a great look. It looks like, Ole Miss is on the field like everybody says. But I would like to remind everybody in a video like this isn't about replacing jerseys. It's about adding to it. It's about adding a look. As good as this jersey looks, it's not going to distinguish ourselves against the other teams that wear red. Especially on, they come in red pants, red helmet, and let's go, we have the red jersey. It doesn't really distinguish it. You need a monochromatic look. You need a not monochromatic look. You need some cleanness with white pants. You need some tradition with a little bit of gray pants. But that's what we have here. The red jersey, powder helmet, and gray pants. And finally, number 1. Everybody's like, wait, we just did. That wasn't number 1. No, that's not number 1. The top jersey in Ole Miss history goes to navy helmet, navy jersey, gray pants. It is hard for me to imagine a situation to where Ole Miss looks more like Ole Miss than when they wear their navies. It comes out in big games, and the Alabama game, the LSU. LSU is like a weird situation now, but they used to do the code blue thing to where we wore blue against Mississippi State. But big game blue really stands out, and we use it against those teams like Alabama and against Arkansas and things like that are primarily red. They have 2 colors, red and white. Some version of red, but we'll say red just the same. So we use it then, and some of our biggest moments have happened in those suits. The Alabama game in 2014. Great game. There's even been games back in the day that I just genuinely like, to where they'd go in at halftime and go from red to blue. They'd bring them both. Or go from blue to red if it was a rain day. We did that in the Independence Bowl in '83 with the red numbers and the blue numbers because they were playing in a monsoon. But to me, that uniform genuinely looks like Ole Miss. It really does. It's my personal favorite, but it's not something that I want to see them wear all the time. Even no matter what my personal favorite is, I do not want to see it all the time. It will not be my personal favorite at that point. So, to go back over the list, the powder blue jerseys, number 5. All blue, number 4. Number 3, all white with a powder helmet. Number 2, the OG, powder helmets, red jerseys, gray pants. And number 1, navy helmets, navy jerseys, gray pants. Those are, in my opinion, the top 5 uniforms in Ole Miss history. Now, we'll have to see how they use the powders this year, what uniform combinations come up this year. This is all subject to change. It can change instantly. You're not dug in on anything. But if you have a different opinion, leave it in the comment section below. Tell us what you think of the top 5 uniforms in Ole Miss football history. And I look forward to absolutely reading them. But this has been Rebel Rankings, the top 5 uniforms in Ole Miss history. I'm Stephen Willis from the Palatial Central Florida Studios. I just want to say thank you very much, and hotty toddy.